I'm Nina. Welcome to today's Pilates class, which is ideal for people who are new to beginners. Let's begin today's class by rolling down on our mats and doing some pelvic tilts. So our pelvis is nice and relaxed and we're currently in the neutral pelvis position. So let's tilt our pelvis forward, down towards our feet, and you'll find a gentle arch in your back. And then let's release our pelvis back to neutral, which is our natural resting position. And then let's tilt our pelvis upwards, where we imprint our lower spine into the mat. And then let's release back to neutral. So tilt your pelvis forward, down towards your feet, where you'll have a little bit of a gap between your lower spine and your mat, and then release to neutral, which is your natural resting position, and then tilt your pelvis up where you imprint your lower spine on the mat, and then release back to neutral. From this position, let's do some shoulder bridges. So let's shuffle our feet in towards us so we can tickle the back of our heels. Legs are bent and hip distance apart, shoulders are down and back, and let's tilt our pelvis up so that we imprint our spine into the mat. Let's push through our heels and squeeze our glutes and lift our hips off the ground. Our weight goes in our shoulders and not our neck, and our knees, hips and shoulders are all aligned. Let's raise our arms in the air, palms facing each other, and let's scissor the arms for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Return our arms to the sky, palms facing each other, a gentle bend in the arms, and let's drop our hips down to the mat and then back up. So down and up and down and up, slow and controlled movements, down and up, down and up. Let's do 3 more, let's do 2 more, and last one. Bring the hips up, staying in this position. Let's roll our knees out towards the side and then back, so out and then back, so out and then back and out and then back. Let's do 4 more, let's do 3 more, let's do 2 more, and let's do 1 more. Keeping our hips up and our arms in the sky, palms facing each other. Let's pulse the hips, so small movement of the hip going down and up. So let's pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. Squeeze your glutes, push through your heels. So pulse and pulse, and 2 more, pulse and pulse. Let's return our arms down to the mat and take our back down to the mat. Top of the back first, followed by mid, and then lower back, and then relax your pelvis and it returns to the neutral position. From this position, let's raise our right leg into tabletop, where the knee is aligned with the hip and the leg is bent, and then let's do some toe taps. So tap the toe and return to tabletop. So tap and return. So tap and return. Tap and return. Let's do 4 more. Let's do 3 more. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Return the right leg down to the mat, lift the left leg to tabletop, where the knee is aligned with the hip and the leg is bent, and let's tap the toe and return. So tap and return. So tap and return and tap and return. Let's do 4 more. Let's do 3 more and 2 more and 1 more. We turn our left leg down to the mat, and let's progress that move by bringing our right leg to tabletop. Engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button. Imagine somebody with an invisible belt around your core that's gently pulling your core in, but don't pull it into excess that it's uncomfortable. Just gently engage your core by pulling in your belly button, and then use your abdominals to bring your left leg into tabletop. And then when we're ready, we'll tap the right leg and return. Tap the left leg and return. Don't arch through your spine. Keep your spine nice and flat on the mat, and if your back is arching, you can bring your legs towards you, which will imprint your spine more on the mat, or you can place your hands under your bum, and that will help you as well. So whatever is most comfortable for you while we do these toe taps, whichever move you decide, you are still using your abdominals to tap your foot on the mat and then tap. So let's tap and let's tap. Let's do 6 more. So 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring both knees in towards your chest and give them a good squeeze, just to release any tension in your legs. Let's now place our legs back on the mat, and then lift our right leg into tabletop, and then let's straighten the leg out, and then bring the right leg back to tabletop and back down to the mat. Bring the left leg to tabletop, let's straighten the leg out, bring it back to tabletop and down to the mat. The right leg to tabletop, straighten the leg out, return to tabletop and back to the mat. Left leg to tabletop, straighten the leg out, return to tabletop and back on the mat. Let's now raise our arms in the air, gentle bend in the arm, palms facing each other, and let's take our right arm towards our head and then back to centre. Left arm and then back to centre. Right arm and then back to centre, and left arm and then back to centre. Let's combine the leg in the arm movements. So let's lift the right leg to tabletop, straighten the leg, take the left arm behind your head and then return to centre. Lift your left leg to tabletop, straighten the leg, take your right arm behind your head and then return to centre. Take your right leg to tabletop, take your leg out, take your left arm behind your head and then return to centre. Lift your left leg to tabletop, straighten the leg, take the right arm behind your head and return to tabletop. So right leg and left arm, return to tabletop, left leg, right arm and return to tabletop, right leg, left arm and return to tabletop, left leg, right arm and return to tabletop. Let's now just scissor the arms. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We turn our arms down to the mat and let's do the Pilates 100. So let's begin the Pilates 100 by keeping our head, neck and shoulders on the mat, our legs bent and our feet implanted on the ground, arms by our side, shoulders down and back. Lift your arms up to hip height and let's pulse the arms. So let's inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. We turn our arms down beside us. And then let's progress that move by curling our head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Look towards your knees or down towards your belly button. Engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button, chin to chest to protect your neck, and envisage a walnut or an orange in between your chin or your chest. So don't look up because that'll put too much strain on your neck. Arms down at hip height, and when we're ready, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Return your head, neck and shoulders down to the mat. Place your arms down beside you, and let's take our head over to look to the right to release any tension in our neck, and then take our head over to the left to release any tension in our neck. Take it back to the right and then take it back to the left. Let's now roll over onto our side, and let's do a side bend. So forearms resting on the mat, shoulder is aligned with your elbow, your knees, hips and shoulders are aligned, so push your hips forward, knees are bent, lift your arm in the air, engage your core, and when we're ready, push through your forearm and your legs and lift your hips off the mat and then down. So let's lift and then down. So let's lift and then down. And let's lift and then down. And let's lift and then down, and let's do 2 more, and then let's do the last one, and down. Let's now change sides. So place your forearm on the mat, your shoulder is aligned with your elbow, align your knees, hips and shoulders, so you may need to push your hips forward. Engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button, lift your arm in the air and push up from your forearm and your legs, and lift your hips up and down. So push up and down. So push up and down, and push up and down. And let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return our hips down to the mat, and let's roll over onto our fronts. Legs are hip distance or mat distance apart, whatever most comfortable for you. Shoulders and elbows are aligned, forearms are resting on the mat. Let's do some leg kicks. So engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button to protect your lower back. Gently press your thighs into the mat to give you some stability. Look towards the top of your mat or the top of your fingers so that you're not creating tension in the back of your neck. And when we're ready, lift the right leg up and then kick, kick and down. Lift the left leg up, kick, kick and down. So right leg, kick, kick and down, left leg kick, kick, and down, right leg kick, kick, and down, left leg kick, kick, and down. So right leg kick, kick, and down, and left leg kick, kick, and down. Now let's roll further down on the mat. Place your forehead on the mat. I'm using a towel as I find that most comfortable. Place your arms down beside your head, and let's now lift your right arm up and then down. Lift your left arm up and then down. So right arm up and then down. Left arm up and then down. Right arm up and then down. And then left arm up and then down. This time let's lift both arms up and then down. So let's lift and down. So lift and down and lift and down. Keep pulling your belly button in to protect your lower back and pressing your thighs gently into the mat. And this time let's lift our arms and our head off the mat and then down. So let's lift and then down. So let's lift and then down. Let's lift and then down. Let's do 2 more and then down. And last one, lift and then down. This time let's lift up and lift our arms, and then let's take our arms in front of us and then round. So push your arms in front and then round. So push your arms in front and then round. So push your arms in front and then round. Let's do 4 more. Let's do 3 more. Let's do 2 more. And let's do 1 more. Return your head and your arms down to the mat. And let's just take a moment here, relaxing our body and breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now let's slowly push ourselves up into a seated position that we started today's class in. So thank you very much for joining me for this 20-minute Pilates session for beginners. I hope you've enjoyed the class, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.